Father Simon and the forever forgivers, except Bobby, who never ever does. But thanks in advance to Matt.
Yeah.
Hey, but that's not true, is it? It's not a fact.
There's an essence of truth.
No, it's 50-50.
I
don't
think
ever. But getting forgiven by me is
counts for more.
It does.
Being forgiven by Matt is like rubbish. He'd forgive anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite right, fellow man.
Could I take you back to the summer of 2014, Father Simon and team, when the FIFA World Cup was being played in Brazil? Different times, warmer days. Like yourself and Matt, I believe, but unlike Bobby, who never forgives anyway, I'm a huge football fan and was hugely enjoying the World Cup. Well, when the inconvenience of work wasn't getting in the way, which, quite frankly, was all the blooming time, and in short, I hadn't seen any football action at all. So on the day in question, which was a Saturday, World Cup football was my only thought, and I was more excited than a man on his wedding day. It was going to be a beautiful day. Then my happy thoughts were broken when my wife Elaine said, "When are we going to go and buy the cards?" "What cards?" I replied, which was followed by a long sigh. Then, "I told you we need to get 4 birthday cards for the children." Okay, no problem, we can go this afternoon, I said, and a couple of hours later we popped down to the local retail park and the well-known greeting card outlet which it housed. As we arrived at the door, my wife, myself and our nearly 4-year-old daughter walked in without incident, and the ritual 45-minute card search began. With a badge, without a badge, arty or funny, who knows, I can never tell. My mind started to wander. I wonder who's playing this afternoon. Have I got my league tables up to scratch? What's for tea? I wonder if I can go out for a shandy when the game's on. Anyway, during the... Stop paying a lot of attention. I found a chair. I sat down. It was all very exhausting. During the card search, I was staring at the wall with my thoughts as outlined above, but could feel our daughter rummaging around. "What are you doing?" I asked her, to which my wife bellowed, "Leave her alone, she's being quiet." I tried to reply, and then I was interrupted. "Just leave her alone, she's being quiet." So I did. At this point, my mind started wandering again. How's that Cameroon national anthem go? Can I get a pint with Dad tonight? I hope Germany aren't playing. And then I got a call. "Okay, cards are chosen." And the fateful moment for which I seek forgiveness actually happened. In a thankful voice, I said, "Okay, I'll get the envelopes." And I picked the 4 corresponding envelopes up. However, I immediately realised something was wrong, and hesitantly I asked, gently and mildly, I thought, "Why are these envelopes sealed?" "Oh, don't be ridiculous," shouted my always patient wife. No. And I looked at my beautiful daughter, who was standing with her arms behind her back, swaying sweetly, and I realised the horrible truth. Whilst I'd been dreaming of football and beer, and our mum was in the world of children's greetings cards, our 4-year-old had licked and sealed hundreds of envelopes for and then replaced them. I think in retrospect she'd licked every single envelope in display. Envelopes for birthday cards, sealed. Wedding cards, sealed. Anniversaries, christenings, congratulations, commiserations, jokey, tacky, arty cards, all sealed. The silent panic began. "We're leaving!" That's me to my wife. "But we haven't paid," was the unusually quiet reply. I snatched the cards and the envelopes, threw them at the shelves, putting them back, obviously, and grabbed my wife and daughter by the hand and dragged them out of the shop. "We're leaving now!" As we were leaving the shopping park, I told my wife of the crime that our daughter had committed, which, when you think about it, would have cost hundreds of pounds. Anyway, she laughed for the whole of the way home. Anyway, so that's kind of family we are. Anyway, I'm not asking for forgiveness from the shop staff, management, supervisors or cleaners. The amount of cards displayed is frankly ridiculous. I only ask for absolution from anyone who, in the summer of 2014, bought a greeting card for a child but found the accompanying envelope was already sealed. I would say our daughter was punished for this, but 20 minutes later she was given a Happy Meal. Anyway, I await Bobby's telling off and reprimand, because Roger knows what's coming. Anyway, see, I like that because I don't think we'd had that before, and if you're not paying attention, a 4-year-old is just doing what a 4-year-old is tempted to do. There are envelopes there, they're not sealed. I'm going to lick them all. Gotta lick them all, that's what the Pokemon say. So there you go. And that's, He's not paying attention for at least 45 minutes. It's quite possible to lick every envelope in a shop in that amount of time. If you're 4, Sister Bobby.
Roger, what did you expect? You're thinking about football. You're on this delightful shopping trip with one of your children.
Yes.
Your lovely 4-year-old that is inquisitive and engaged and having fun. And what you're doing is not being engaged with her. You're thinking about Cameroon and... Is
And their national
Neymar going to
anthem.
play
Yes.
and all those other things that are not half as interesting as your lovely 4-year-old. So, of course, Roger, I'm not going to forgive you because it's your fault. It's not your little girl's fault. It's not your wife's fault. Everyone else is engaged. It's absolutely your fault. And I think, actually, I'm not sure about the running off. I think you should have paid. I think you should have paid up because it's all your
He
fault.
handed them back, so he didn't...
For not watching your child.
Yes,
I think
yes.
it's your responsibility, Roger. So, as you rightly expected, not forgiven.
I like the way he actually blames the shop for look at all those cards. Look, how am I?
Yes.
How can I
How very
choose when
dare
you put
they?
out everything?
A couple of things here.
Yes.
Number one, who spends 45 minutes choosing cards? That way insanity lies.
Yes.
Go in, pick a card. It doesn't matter what's on the front of the card. No one looks at the front of the card. They always look at the message inside or whether there's any money inside the card. And then oh, thanks very much. Was there a present? No, right, move on. No one ever looks at the front of the card. Number two, who ever heard of a chair in a shop? I want to go to this shop. The number of times I had to stand around while other people are spending 45 minutes choosing a card. There's a chair in the shop? Superb. But there is a problem here, and it's about the system. The system of why aren't the envelopes with the card? I'm not going to buy the card without an envelope. Why are they separate? Who's keeping them separate? Is the problem put by the shop? So not the 4-year-old's fault, and certainly not Roger's fault. It's all to do with the card shop. So I am going to forgive.
All right, exactly as I thought you'd...
Yes, I did.